and happy Friday. Can you believe it's finally Friday? I can. It has felt like a very long week, but I have loved sharing some of the stories this week about saying yes, and we're going to wrap it up today with saying yes to community. So you know that I love what I do, right? I love my business. I love the style. I actually just took these out and put them on. I'm like, is that a little too much with the camo sweatshirt? But I don't care. I'm going with it because I love them so much. So I love the style that I have to offer. I love the easy accessibility. Being able to help people create a look very easily. I love the financial freedom. I love the personal growth. I love the opportunity and what it's done for my family. And today we're going to talk about the community, which we saved the best for last because it truly is the best thing that we have to offer here at Stella Dot. So I'm going to invite Debbie Dawson on camera today. And Debbie and I are going to talk about why the heck she would decide to jump into this business opportunity when she is probably the busiest person I know. In fact, she just got in this morning from traveling for the week. So I'm going to bring her on camera here, and I cannot wait to share her story. So hopefully technology working with us. Yay! How are you?
Hi, Krista.
Hi. Move over so you're my head is not blocking your head. I feel like we're FaceTiming.
That works.
So I'm going to let Debbie introduce herself, but Debbie and I met, I think we determined it was 7 years ago, right?
7 years ago.
7 years ago. Okay. So Debbie and I met 7 years ago. I've been doing this business for 8 years. So about a year in, I held a style event, photo opportunity style event with my good friend, Lindsay Parks, who's a photographer. And Debbie came and loved Stella and Dot. And I said, let's do a style session. And she told me no. And maybe later. And then she got her stuff and she reached out and she said, maybe let's do this style session. And she is actually was my best customer and hostess and really connector in my business for 7 years. Debbie hosted like twice a year and loved Stella Dot. People always asked her if she sold it because she was always decked out in it. But I'm going to let her tell you what her life looks like. So why don't you give just a quick little overview on family, work, all that good stuff.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Friday and I'm outside because, as Krista said, I just got home from the airport and I thought I should do this outside before I try to reintegrate with the kids because schools are closed today in Maryland, which is great. So I could spend the day with them, but thought I need to do this outside so we're not interrupted. So yeah, like Krista said, I'm busy, but I don't use the busy card because I think all of us are busy in our own way. But for me, what my busy looks like is I'm married, a mom of 3. They are 10, 12, and 13. So they're in their busy years, which are sports and school. They need to be shuttled everywhere. They can't drive yet, which I'm kind of glad about. But, it's busy. And I work full time. I'm a human resource director for a large organization. So I do travel some. And Krista knows I've been a PTA president. This is my 7th year, I think. So volunteering and community service is really important to me. And I'll come back to the word community because that's really why I joined with Krista as a stylist in January. So obviously I love Stella Dot. Krista's right. People would stop me all the time and say, you should be a stylist. You're already wearing everything. And I said, I'm not interested in not that we all don't need additional income, but this is not my primary source of income and it never will be. I love my job and that will continue to be the job that I have. But and hostessing got me all the products for free. So if you haven't hosted, go for it because it's a great way to get products at half or free. But what I guess brought me into January was the community. So I don't know, Krista, if you want me to go into the conversation.
Yeah. I think you had every reason in the book to just be a great hostess, right? You were getting a lot of product. You didn't have to pay for it. Your friends knew, twice a year, Debbie'd have a girls' night. We'd get the stuff. We had a good time. You had a really good gig as a hostess and a great customer. So I guess, the question is, why the heck would you add one more thing on when you are PTA president, mom of 3 with you know, your husband coaches every sport, you know, you have this busy full-time job that you are working out of the house every day and traveling some. So why did you decide to say yes to this?
So for me, it really goes back to community. So I was talking to Krista. We had my regular show scheduled in January, and she had kind of broached again with me the subject of joining her as a stylist. And I thought, you know what? Not a role that I'm interested in. I've never sold anything. I've never done sales of any sort. Didn't think that that was necessarily the right fit for me. I've never done something part-time, like a part-time job. And I was concerned about not meeting like expectations for myself as far as goal setting. And Kristen is, she and I are very similar in that regards with our slightly type A personalities and goal setting that we do. But what she talked to me about, and part of it was I've watched throughout the years Krista's opportunities. I've seen her grow in her career. And I say this to Krista all the time. She's the most amazing leader and mentor you'll ever meet. And I saw the people underneath her flourish through her, really what I call executive coaching, personal development. There's amazing opportunities for, you know, kind of what I would consider like retreats where you go and like get personal development. I mean, I've seen some of the amazing speakers that she has kind of brought to her team and through some of these like engagements that they go in. I thought, you know, as a customer, you see it on the peripheral, but you're not a part of that community. So when she talked to me in January, really for me, the timing was right. First off, it was a new year. So like kind of, as Brene Brown would say, you kind of choose, you know, courage over comfort. So it was something different I've never done. And secondly, I felt like in my life, I've been blessed with a lot of positive women and positive community that's always supported me in whatever endeavor I've done, either volunteering or through my the moms I've met, through all my children, you know, my college and high school friends, and thought this is a way just to bring more positive women into my life. And it has been more than I ever expected. So
what have you found since you jumped in? I think probably everybody's wondering, how the heck have you been able to work it? Because Debbie's been wildly successful amidst this very busy life you have. She was actually featured as a speaker on our main stage at our national conference. I mean, she's been wildly successful. So how have you done that? And I mean, I know the answer, but are you glad you said yes? What have you found since you've been a part of the community?
Yeah, absolutely yes. And what I'll say is the company, first of all, the mission of the company is to empower women to do this business in whatever way fits them best. And what I love about it is they say up front, this is not going to necessarily be a full-time gig for most of you, and you shouldn't expect it to be a full-time job. 80% of the stylists are like me. They work outside the home. So it's okay to have different expectations in regards to the amount of time you spend. For me, the tools that the company provides, the apps and social media, I guess training that we receive is what's key. So we're on our phones all the time. I know probably most of you out there, if you're listening now, you do Facebook, you shop online. So the tools, we're given free apps that allow customers to, not only can I, you know, sell products, I can sell looks, I can place orders online. Obviously in-person style sessions are key. And I've stuck to, you know, Krista advised me to kind of pick a day or two a week that works well for me. Obviously I work full time. So during the week is not a preferred time for me to do. So I may say Friday nights I are available for me to do style sessions. And that works well with me and my family. I kind of pepper in the virtual style sessions because you can do those kind of at any point in your life from the road. But I think it's about looking at your calendar and blocking in time. So you take away things that maybe our time sucks and you focus on the work that needs to be done. Just like, to me, as you explained to me, a 9-to-5 job, you have office hours you work. So I set office hours in the evenings or on my way to work. We have a lot of opportunities for professional growth and training that we can get through TED Talks and through podcasts. So, you know, I have about an hour commute. I listen to them in the car in the morning. If not, I was listening to talk radio, which can sometimes not be the best time to set your day off to the right, I guess, the right message when you start your day. And also, you know, music. So if you can listen to, you know, a really good TED Talk. We do a lot of training videos. Other stylists share their tips. Never seen a group of women that this is a sales business, but they all want everyone to succeed at the same level. And that to me is amazing. There's not that competition. There's more of a support you and bring you up.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Debbie's, you know, dived right into the community. And I feel like that's um, that's the other thing. You know, you just can't ever have a big enough circle because you just never know when you're going to need the circle to surround you. And it could be for something silly like I'm having a bad day as a mom and your Stella Dot sisters are there for you, or it could be something, you know, a health crisis that you're in or whatever. So thank you so much, Debbie, for sharing. I love that you finally said yes. And I told you so.
I always say you were right. You're right. I overthought
I'm
it.
just teasing, but it's so special to have you as a part of this. So that's it. Thanks so much. I hope everybody has a great Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Krista.